All right, let's dive right in. Have you ever stopped to think that maybe the numbers we use every day are, well, more than just for counting? We're about to look into a really fascinating theory that says one of our most common numbers is actually hiding a secret code, a kind of hidden formula called the Fire of Venus.
So that brings us to the big question, right? Is the number 5 just 5? Or could it be a code, something hidden right there in plain sight? According to this idea we're exploring, the answer isn't in math, but in the word itself.
So our journey starts with the actual word. The source material we're digging into claims that even words we use all the time can be more than they seem. And 5, it's not just a name, it's supposedly a literal formula. And that right there is the core idea. The source argues that 5 isn't just some random label we came up with. No, it's a deliberate construction, a formula that was created for a very specific reason. So you might be asking, how do we decode? Okay, so if 5 is a formula, how do you solve it? Well, the key, according to this theory, is to forget about the spelling for a second. We need to focus on the sound and break the word down into its basic phonetic parts. So just say it out loud, 5. You hear that? It kind of splits right into two sounds, phi and v. The theory says that each of these sounds is a piece of the puzzle, a key to unlocking this whole mystery. Let's look at that first part, phi. The source calls this a phonetic sigil, basically a sound symbol for the solar principle. Think fire, think the sun, that really powerful, fiery energy. And that second sound, ve, gets a very specific meaning too. The source says this is the phonetic sigil for the solar queen, and it points directly to the planet Venus. So now we have our two pieces of the puzzle. We've got the fiery solar principle, and we've got the solar queen, Venus. Okay, so let's put them together and see what profound truth this formula is supposed to show us. So the first part of the equation gets decoded. Phi is presented here as meaning fire. And the second part, ve, we're told, means Venus. So you've got fire and Venus. And boom, this is where it all comes together. The source concludes that the word 5 is a literal, sacred formula that means the fire of Venus. This, it claims, is the biggest secret, the profound truth hidden inside that simple word. Okay, so what in the world does the fire of Venus even mean? This is where things start to get even weirder, because the source introduces this concept it calls the pen. And the connection is made very clear. The number 5, which we've now decoded as the fire of Venus, is supposedly the sacred number for this mysterious idea of the pen. But what is the pen? I mean, what are we talking about here? Well, the source gives us some pretty striking examples. We've got the Pentagon, the pentagram, even the British intelligence agency MI5, and of course the penitentiary. All of these are connected by the number 5, or that penta prefix. You start to see a pattern here, right? A pattern of structure and confinement. And here is where all the dots get connected. The pen is the penitentiary. It's described as this realm of confinement, a game that's controlled by the fiery, solar-powered game of the Sun Queen, which brings us right back to our original formula, the fire of Venus. But it doesn't just stop with the word. The source makes one last, really surprising claim by shifting our focus from how the word sounds to the physical shape of the number itself. So the source asks us to stop thinking about its mathematical value for a second and just look at it. See it as a picture, a symbol. What do you see when you look at that shape? And here it is, the final piece of the puzzle, tying this whole theory together in one powerful image. The source claims that the shape is a literal horseshoe pen, with a gate above it, our prison. It's a visual symbol of the very concept of confinement it supposedly represents. So there you have it. From a hidden phonetic formula all the way to a symbolic prison, that's the argument for the secret meaning of the number 5. Now, whether you see it as a profound truth or just a really fascinating thought experiment, you can't deny it makes you look at something ordinary in a totally new way. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. What other secrets are just hiding right in front of us?